Good morning, good evening, everybody, whichever it may be. This is Rajesh Kumar from Rajesh Kumar Nagarajan YouTube channel. So, in this part 3, we are discussing about Indian economics. In Indian economics, we are discussing about the various farmers' issues as well as the automobile industry's issues. In farmers' issues, we have to build a proper godown with proper wood or non-corroded iron or steel racks, which can be placed not more than 5 bags one over the other in a single quadrant. In this way, we can eradicate the wastage from wind or water directly penetrating into the paddy or provisional items or wheat, etc. In this also we need to think about more things, such as in this godown also we cannot go more than 10 quadrant in a single top row, and in a single column row we cannot go more than 5 columns. So 5 columns with maximum 7 or 8 rows only we can construct. Apart from that, we have to make it another floor. We cannot make it a 20 feet, 40 feet height one single room go down, and we cannot store one over the other 100 bags. The bottom bags will be powder. So that was the issue in the first part of my Indian economics. While we speak about Indian economics, we have to speak about paddy, wheat and other provisional items, all dolls and spices materials. So in this also we have to regenerate in such a way all these provisional items need to be matured, processed, matured, processed, preserved, prevented, segmented and structured with according to the quality control, and these things has to be in a good manner, and the godown also should be in such a way need to be constructed that should be withstand of heavy rain or heavy wind or water floods. So moreover, everybody in their local area know how much water level the flood will come, because every year it rains, or once in 5 years or once in 7 years flood comes. Even in that once in 7 years or once in 4 years or 5 years, the water rain capacity is altogether the same. While we calculate every year's rainfall average, and we have to and we total it to either 4 years or 5 years or 6 years, in a single year that much water rainfall is coming nowadays. Nowadays rains are not coming every year. So drainage facilities need to be properly channelized, because many farmers used to cultivate crops during rainy seasons too, and we see in many TV channels and many newspaper media and nowadays YouTube channels also representing farmers issue, where there is a water level above the knee level. So it is 3 feet water. So all the crops are merging in water flood. So in order to avoid it, we have to have a proper draining system. To have a proper draining system, we should have a proper canal system or waterway system. So through the waterways, we should store the water into canals, dams, ponds, pits, and as well as various other ways of storing water through in various common unused areas where there is agriculture not capable enough to do or farming capable enough to do. Normally mining areas will be the low level area, because all the mining areas, sand mining, granite mining, or all these coal mining areas normally will have plenty of water storage capacity, but these mining's business will be distracted due to heavy water storage in those low level hollowness made by the businessmen towards the business events. So on that basis, those waters has to be temporarily need to be stored in those areas only. We have no other choice because it is a low level area where there is a pond, pit, um, canal, all those all those areas only water will be stacking or in wells. Bore wells need to be which are not used. Those borewell pipes need to be neatly covered and clamped so that babies will not fall in that in those borewell unused bore pipes that is being kept open, which is already is an issue. Every year we see during rainy times, during water flood, babies are falling into the borewell and there is a suffocation of lifting the baby from the dropped into the borewell. So those problems need to be addressed and they have to be uh, taken proper care by the district magistrates. Here district magistrates is normally called as collectors, IAS, Indian Administrative Service people. So Indian Police Service, IPS people should not be highly corrupted. They can cooperate with the corrupted political leaders. I never deny it. But highly, heavily corruption leads to destruction of their own families itself and their own living being at one stage, if not in the beginning stage. So they have to realize because nowadays all the people representatives are at the age of 70. Now 68 has crossed, 2 years passed. So all are in 70. They will not live more than 26 years. People who are crossed above 80 will not live more than 16 years. And people who are crossed 90 will not live more than 6 years if they are misusing the money power, manpower, muscle power, political power, their power, governing power or governance power, whichever it may be. So all these should not be misused over the poverty voters. Poverty voters are there in every political party. All are voting blindly like a shepherd. So all those poverty voters need to be, their problems need to be taken care and have to be addressed in a gentle manner or in a normal manner, but not in a lethargic manner or in a sluggish governance manner or in a inactive manner, as many files are kept in pending. So that issue is different. Now coming to the farmers issue, farmers need to be all these flooded areas need to be properly synthesized and all the crops that are being cultivated need to be withstand in the wind. Wind will not destruct that much because all the paddy, wheat and provision items will be scattered everywhere and they can collect it easily during every when there is no water in that area. But while during flood seasons with heavy wind or cyclone, it is natural calamity. Nothing can be done even by the people representative. People representative can do one thing. They can drain the cropping areas. The water stagnation should not be more than 1 inch or 2 inch height. So in such a way they have to construct waterways, that is draining facility. Those drainages need to be linked either to the nearest river or the nearest pond, pit or dams and canals. All those areas need to be surveyed. When there is heavy overflow in all these areas, it becomes a natural calamity. Nothing is possible. All is impossible only. So men are mortals and they are not immortals. So we have to understand what we learned from our school days, from our school teachers. So school teachers maybe they may be a good or bad in their personal life, but they teach good things. So those good things need to be taken into consideration. So while we talk about provisional items, we have to talk about maturing, curing, processing, preserving, preventing, and segmenting. All these 6 steps need to be is most essential. and after in the primary go down, and after that there should not be more air moisture should not come should not enter into the go down, even it is a primary go down, preliminary go down, all is conditional. So everything, so no rain should be, no water should not enter, no rain, no wind, cool wind or moisture from the wind also can destroy the paddy or wheat and other provisional items, and many insecticides and many insecticides will be coming and deteriorating the grains and everything. So all those things need to be addressed in a proper manner. After that, they have to get the during sun season, they have to transport it to the quality control area, and they have to do all this maturing, curing, processing, preserving, preventing, and segmenting. All need to be carried according to the quality control of the provisional items of the same item or same product, same item of same product. So all those things has to be done, and apart from that, they have to seek ways whichever state within India needs in item or in high demand for their needs. So according to that, it has to be transported through roadways rather than airways or waterways, because waterways will take normally more than 40-30 days to even within states also it will take minimum 3 to 1 week. And apart from that, railways also we are using it. Railways is not sufficient in order to transport goods from one state to another, because railways need to be extended, and new routes has to be implemented. While we were in the British government, East Indian Company, whatever they did, those ways only are still existing, even after 75 years of independence. So in considering that into the case, we have to construct new railway lines or railways, new paths. So all those things has to be constructed, and bridges also need to be constructed across the rivers, dams, canals, pits, ponds, etc. in order to shift products from one state to another or within one district to another. Nowadays, transporting goods from one district to another district within state itself, it takes minimum 2 to 3 days. So that is the capability of the vehicle. So vehicle are now come under heavy load, and they are being charged by traffic police, and they are being bribed, and they are being corrupted nicely. This is a system which was talking about by my Tamil Nadu superstar Mr. Rajinikanth, who is now at 72 years of complete by this December 11th. So by this, so on that basis, system is a general word. We have to eccentric it to according to the divisions, sections, and practices being in the present and over in the past. So the system word is a generic term. It is not a specific term to a specific sector or specific division or specific department in the government or in the governance. So all these things need to be restructured, and structure and infrastructure all are different in their own module, and they have their own uniqueness. So we need not to get confused over these words. So they have their different quality in their own uniqueness. So when we talk about these things, we have to talk about the roadways as well as the railways for transporting the product, where which state needs more and which state is in high demand of consuming of those products. In this way, we can increase the Indian rupee value, because we are talking about Indian value devaluation against US dollar. Okay, I do accept that it is for international trade. For local trades within India, we are not doing trade in US dollar. So we are doing in Indian rupee. In such a way, we have to produce whichever all the states cannot produce all the items. Few states can produce few items. Some states produce different items. So it has to be interchanged and interlinked, and those things has to be properly managed, organized, and structurized, and they have to be in a corporate manner. So while we are speaking about corporate manner, this is we will speak this a little bit in elaborately in the next episode, as this episode itself comes under 15 minutes. People who have listened, I am very much grateful to them, and I am very much submitting my thanks to them and my sincerity towards the listening capability and ability and further understanding. This is Rajesh Kumar speaking from East Rajajinagar, which is in Villivakam area, and that Villivakam is in Chennai district, and that Chennai is in Tamil Nadu state, and that Tamil Nadu is in India. Good. Thanks.